This is a story that's making the news for all the wrong reasons. And to be honest with you, something that's completely unnecessary. This should never even have happened. But it involves the chap in this post. This was posted by Mr. Pete North. And actually, claim to fame, Pete was one of the first people I had on this channel to talk about politics way back at the end of last year. And I've been in contact with him on and off for, a few years now. He's a good lad, is Pete. But his face is popping up all over the national press at the moment. Why? Well, very simply, Pete decided to post a meme on Twitter. That's it. Posted a meme on Twitter. It was a meme that was deemed to be offensive. It was investigated by a hate crime unit of the police in England, and they decided to swoop upon his house at 9:30 at night while he's sitting on the sofa watching TV with his missus. And they come into the house and tell him he's under arrest, that he's going to be carted off a mile away for interrogation about his post. And they were very cagey about what the post was in the first place, but it ended up, just to let you know, it was a post, let's just say, that was very anti-Hamas. Okay, the prescribed terrorist organization. Basically, it was a post that said, F Hamas. That's it. And he got a knock on the door and was subsequently arrested. So this is a post of his own, and I'm going to show you a video that he took of the arrest. And if he's up for it, I reached out to him yesterday and said, look, do you fancy hopping on and telling your story? But he's understandably very shaken up by all of this, as you'll see from the video and the subsequent posts. So maybe I'll talk to him next week if he's game for it or if he's free for it, or we'll see what happens one way or the other. But Pete, God bless you, mate. So this is his words in it. One officer says, we got a report about a month ago. Essentially, you posted something in the internet that wasn't appreciated. And as a result of that, he was then hauled off, arrested, searched, thrown into the back of a snatch wagon and taken for questioning about 1 hour's drive away from where he actually lives. So let's have a look at the arrest video, and you can make of this one what you will.
Basically, our hate crime team reviewed it and said there are offences there we need to explore.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the time is 21:31. You're under arrest for what's referred to as Section 19.
Section 19?
I'll explain it in a second. You don't have to say anything, but how many defence you not mention one question, something which we're trying to court. Anything you do say, maybe get evidence. Basically, Section 19 refers to spreading what we say like racial hatred. So you've posted something online that we believe is spreading racial hatred.
Twitter, Facebook,
I can't explain too much. It's just to give you the context beforehand.
Yeah, right. So these cops have came into his house. Number one, they're standing there. They're explaining that he's being arrested under Section 19, but they can't explain too much. Now, as I've watched this a few times, why did that cop take a pen from his little zippy pouch and then write on his hand? He wrote something on his hand. I don't know about you guys, but the last time I wrote on my hands, I think I was in primary school. Okay, maybe I was 12 or 13 years of age when I moved to secondary school. Who the hell writes on their hands? Don't they supply the cops with paper anymore? He's writing on his hands. What did he write? What did he write on his hand in the middle of the arrests? Bizarre.
Because I appreciate you've never been arrested before, have you?
Yeah, once or twice.
Once or twice. Apologies.
Frequent flyer.
Apologies, I didn't think you were. Basically, how it works now is then, obviously, if you've got stuff you'd like to gather, obviously I'm more than willing to talk through what you're able to take with you.
What, you're taking me away now?
Yes, so you're under arrest, so you're going to Harrogate, unfortunately.
You're taking me to Harrogate in the middle of the night over a tweet?
I am, unfortunately.
Is this what you signed up the police to do?
This is my role. I'm trying to be reasonable with you here.
So
if there's stuff you'd like to gather, I'm more than willing to allow you to gather some sort of stuff like medication, if you've got any numbers you need. But at the moment,
you join the police to go and arrest people at night for tweets online.
Do you need any medication? I can't imagine that you are going to be in very long, but do you need any medication that you take at night?
So this cop is, and he keeps poking at this foam thing on his chest. He's written on his hand, and he's poking at this phone thing. And listen to his words. I'm more than willing to allow you to lift any medication that you may be allowed. Well, that's very decent of you, isn't it? More than willing to allow you to bring any medication along. You can't envision you being there for more than a few hours at 9:30 at night, taking him an hour away from his home for a tweet. Ridiculous.
No.
No. Do you need anything else you can think of? Wallet,
There he goes again, poking
a
this.
change of shoes or out?
I'd like to put some shoes on if that's all right with you.
Of course it is.
Righty, huh?
We will give you a search here.
Search? What?
Yeah, just to make sure there's nothing in your pocket that you can harm yourself with whilst you're being transported in the van. We're going to do it in here rather than outside so all your neighbours can go up.
Oh, fill your boots, mate. I'm good. You do understand that I'm going to make a maximum fuss about this free
That's
speech
fine.
union.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys just doing your jobs, obviously, but your dickhead bosses have just opened up a world of shit.
Trust
really
me,
have.
if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't have been. But I'm happy to give you.
I'm quite certain
any
you two have
sort
got like 50 better things to do. Because what's your patch? Your Harrogate, Northallerton.
We're referred to as Hambleton. So
Yeah.
We're also Harrogate District.
Yeah.
So if
But
you're
of
able
course,
to
like the police they're not going to be able to credibly tell anybody that they're under resourced now if they're sending people out to
we can
arrest
have
people
that
for
debate later
tweets.
on.
Brilliant point made by Pete. Brilliant point. He said, you won't be able to say that the police are under-resourced. They don't have enough resources when you're sending two men to my house at 9:30 at night to arrest me and drive me and search me and question me for posting a tweet on the internet simply saying F Hamas. That was it. That was it. That's what brought all of this on. Or was it? Is there more sinister motive behind this? And then saying, we'll search you in here so we don't spare you the humiliation of your neighbours gawking at you on the street. We're searching you to make sure you don't have anything on you that you could harm yourself with. He's sitting in his sofa at 9:30 at night with his missus, chilling out. You know, what's he going to have on him that's going to hurt him? Unreal. And they even say, if you want, you can even wear shoes. Oh, that's very decent of them.
Well, there's no point us debating it, is it? It's your dickhead bosses. Could you... right, just a sec. Would you...
We'll be taking that first, unfortunately.
Right, okay. Well,
We'll be taking that to, seize his phone as well, because, just disadvantage him just a little bit more. So there you have it. I mean, like, that's the actual arrest. Now, the details of this, and I know from the posts that Pete has made, he suffers with autism, pretty bad autism that can be triggered by certain things, one of which is being, grabbed or handled by strangers. He doesn't like that, and being extremely claustrophobic. They bundled him into the back of one of those little cages in one of those snatch vehicles, which caused them no end of distress as well. But there was no consideration given for that at the point of arrest. Man bundled away into a police van in the dead of night and arrested for social media posts. Well, you've seen the video there of the arrest. Pete North, 47, arrested on suspicion of a public order offence on Thursday night for sharing an image which included the words F Hamas. Mr. North, a blogger and commentator, got a knock on the door by Plod. 2 officers arrested him. And allegedly refused to tell him exactly what was behind the post. As they said, we can talk about that later. Mr. North shared an image of a Palestinian flag overlaid with the text F Palestine, F Hamas, F Islam. He was eventually bundled away into a police snatch van for a 1 a.m. interview in Harrogate. He has then subsequently spoken to the Telegraph. So this is starting to gain traction. So I'm giving a little bit more traction too. The officer in the interview said, well, firstly, let's start with the meme. Mr. North recalled he posted a meme that said F Hamas. Imagine that. The cops saying that they haven't got enough resources. They haven't got enough manpower to deal with violent crime, to deal with burglary, to deal with car thefts, to deal with all sorts of violence. But yet they can dispatch 2 men to his house, spend the time to arrest him, drive him to a police station, question him for hours, and then send him off packing in the back of a taxi, which is how he arrived home at 3 o'clock in the morning. No one should face police inquiries for posting memes, he said. He then speculated that he wouldn't be charged. He said, this isn't to win convictions, it's to terrorize people like me into thinking twice about posting spicy memes. He's got a point. Scapegoats are becoming more frequent. Look what happened to him for doing this. Look what happened to her for doing that. Oh, I'm going to have to think twice before what I say and do. I best not do anything at all. Don't want to get a knock on the door at 9:30 on Thursday night and bundled off into a snatch wagon in front of the neighbours. They used to come and pick you up in a panda car, says Pete. That was a few years ago, mate. That was a few years ago. Wasn't threatening or violent. As you can see, there was no reason whatsoever for them to treat me that way or turn up in a snatch van. True, unless, of course, it was to intimidate and humiliate. Possibly. He was released without charge at 1:30 in the morning and didn't arrive home until 3 a.m. He went on to describe how he had an autistic episode at the hands of the police. He said, I'm not saying this to mitigate any alleged offence, but because it's a matter of public concern that the police are completely ignorant in their understanding of autism and related conditions. This could end up killing someone more vulnerable than me. True. Spokesman for North Yorkshire Police said following receipt, a man was arrested. He's been released on bail while inquiries continue. So that's the point that we're getting to. And of course, yesterday was the announcement of the proposition, and how they're going to get this implemented is beyond me. The kickback is unreal on the mandated digital ID for all working people in the UK. If you don't have it, you can't work. I don't think anyone's in support of this whatsoever. People getting banged up and arrested now for memes. As we know, it's not the first time that it's happened, and it probably won't be the last. If they've nothing better to do, or is it simply a scare tactic? Leave me your thoughts and comments below. Share this video far and wide, chop it up, clip it up, use it to promote or show what's happening. And as Pete rightly pointed out, again, I'll say it, a very good point. Don't ever say that you're under-resourced again when you're sending 2 officers out to arrest me at 9:30 at night in my house for posting a picture on a social media platform and then questioning me and then sending me home hours later. Doesn't wash. It's not about resources, or it's about mismanagement of whatever resources are available. But anyway, share far and wide. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. For now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.